Hello, small business owners and marketers of the world. It's your favorite marketer, Lauren, and I'm back. And I wanted to discuss a few things, specifically social media myths, right? I finished my first 6 months with a client, and I decided to go through and do like my first formal written report where it was just like 5 pages, talked about from beginning, middle, end, data, trends, numbers, all of that. And so I noticed a few things, and I want to talk about it. A popular myth within social media circles and blogs is that TikTok has a 200 views rule. Something along the lines of TikTok will show your video or your content to 200 people, and depending on how that 200 test group reacts to it and engages with it, determines how they will push that out into further audiences. There's always this saying or this notion or idea that if your videos aren't getting past 200 views, that means your content's probably not that great and you need to change your content. And I'm here to say that I don't necessarily think that's true. I think that you should give your content a good amount of time and keep testing before you change up your formula. Now, I know you're listening to this like, okay, what do you mean keep testing? I posted 5 videos with the same format, not getting above 243 views. How much more do you want me to test? And so with this specific client, over 3 to 4 months, he said, 90 days, or I think it was a little varied in there. We posted roughly 135 videos on Instagram. So on TikTok, it was probably close to 100 videos in that time frame because we did get a few days behind. But we never changed up the format. We never changed up the content type. We just kept kind of going with what we were going with. And so we started out in that 200 views realm. And over time, it grew to about 900 to 1,000 views per video. I am sharing this information with you to remind you and to let you know that sometimes it's not that your content is bad or that you need to change it. You're still finding your audience, and you will only find your audience through consistency, because even when we were only getting the 200 views, we were still getting a good amount of comments. People were still sharing. People were still saying, this is very helpful. And so I don't think that the 200 views is reflective all the time of how good your content is. Sometimes you have to get out there and kind of force your own results, and you can do that by just keeping going. If I had to give advice on how to grow on TikTok, and I had to nail it down to maybe 3 things, I would say number 1 is be confident in yourself and know what kind of content you want to make, what kind of content you're comfortable to make, what you bring to the table, what your unique point of view is. Because if you don't have that defined, you'll be chasing waterfalls and saying, oh, well, that looks like I should do this, and this person's having success with that, maybe I should try that. If you are not secure in your unique message and how you want to present that message, you need to get that down, because it's going to take you being confident in order to be consistent. This next tip is, I would say, not just for TikTok, but for all social platforms. Share with your personal network what you're doing, where they can find the content, and how they can support, right? So when you post your TikTok, copy that link down and send it to your friends and say, hey, can you guys go watch? Hey, can you guys follow me? And of course, there are those friends and family members that are going to say, here goes Lauren with another one of her content or whatever, another one of her businesses, whatever the family might say. But outside of that, there are those people that will say, you know what, girl, I'd be happy to support. Let me follow you. Follow me back real quick. Of course, social media is something that we use so we can reach people outside of our personal networks, but don't sleep on the power of your personal network. And lastly, this is something that I struggle with my personal brands, but with my clients, it's a little easier to manage because there's more of us working on it. But consistency. Please, please, please stay consistent. I would say don't change anything. Not necessarily don't change anything, but don't make any drastic changes. Don't try to be too analytical. Don't try to think too deep into it until you've put in a good amount of consistency. What I would say is a good amount of consistency is at least 30 to 60 days, if not more. Because what I've seen with brands that I've worked with as well as my own is it's really hard to get any good data without having at least a month or 2 more, if we're really talking about getting good data, it's hard to really analyze and say what worked and what didn't work without having a good amount of data. So thank you guys for watching. Follow me on TikTok. I do one-on-one consultations. So if you're looking for some marketing help or just need a soundboard or some feedback, I'm happy to do that. And if you'd like a social media manager, an email manager, or anything of the sort, I am happy to help out. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.